So I've worked with hundreds of people online looking to grow an online business, and I've also helped people with an offline business trying to get into the online business. But the single biggest challenge that people have is growing an online audience or growing a digital footprint online. And delving deeper into this, it's not necessarily the challenge of growing an audience online, but it's actually miscommunicating their messaging online. What they want to say, what they're all about, what their brand is all about is not coming across in their online digital footprint. And I would always conduct some kind of audit to identify how people are showing up online and how they want to show up online, just to see if there is a gap. And this used to take quite a long time, a lot of time and resource and effort to actually get to this end result. But with tools like ChatGPT, Google Gemini Gems, you can actually create these audits in a matter of minutes rather than hours. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through how to use ChatGPT Deep Research to conduct a full brand audit of your digital footprint online, just so you can identify how you're showing up online and if it's how you want to show up online and what you can do about it. So first off then, if you're going to have a look at your digital footprint, just Google yourself. It's a good exercise to get into. Just put your brand name in a Google search bar and have a look at, see what Google is trying to auto-populate that sentence. So here I've just put, I'm running a one-person online business and it's my brand. My brand is the Tim Peakman. It's a personal brand. So Tim Peakman Kajabi, I do a lot of Kajabi tutorials because I use Kajabi as the main platform to run my whole online business. Tim Peakman Limited is being searched for here. UK Biobank, that's not me, but then Tim Peakman YouTube. So I look at growing a YouTube channel and then my online digital footprint with Kajabi. Those are the two things I focus on. So it's good to see that they are being shown up in here. But I'm just going to hit return on the results here. And as you can see, the top one here is me. It's my online business, Tim Peakman. Build a one-person online business. So if you scroll down here, this has got my limited company at Company's House here in the UK. Then there's my YouTube channel, and then there's my LinkedIn. So here's a few videos. Again, it's pulling through Instagram, it's pulling through my about page, and it's also pulling through some articles that have been written about me. That is how I want to show up. And the more I blog, the more I create videos, this is my content marketing strategy. If you are just running ads to a landing page, that's a totally different strategy. But if you want to show up online and if you want to show up in search, this is the strategy. So I would constantly review my homepage, see how this looks. Is this how I want to show up online? But with tools like ChatGPT, I'm going to show you in this video how to use deep research. This is going to take me a matter of minutes rather than hours of deep research here. As you can see, I've just conducted a digital footprint audit, and all I've done is I've maintained here, click on the little plus. This is deep research. You could do this with a free chat account, or I actually pay for the plus, but you make sure you click on deep research and then ask it something like this. Can you conduct an audit of my digital footprint of how I show up online? You can start with my website or whatever else you find when people search for Tim Peakman, or insert your brand or your business, the online business coach. So so I'm putting exactly how I want to show up. Then if you've got ChatGPT set up in any way, it's going to ask you a series of challenging questions. So it's going to challenge you. Do you want me to focus on English language results? Should I include social media handles? Are there any platforms you use under a different name? Are there any specific things that you want assessing? So it's just going to ask you a series of questions. Here I've just put answer all of the above, please. Start with my website footprint and the socials that link from there. And then I've given ChatGPT my website link. So it's going to go away. And actually this took, as you can see, research completed in 20 minutes. So you could probably set this up, go away, make a coffee, come back, let it run. Don't stop it or pause it or have a look at it. Just let it run. Let it go through its course. As you can see, there's 11 sources and 86 searches. If you're curious about this, you can click on this and it's going to tell you in the right-hand sidebar, audit of Tim Peakman's digital footprint. It is really interesting that where this is pulling it from, these are all the activities that this one prompt or double prompt has requested from ChatGPT Deep Research. and then 11 sources. So you can see where this is actually pulling it from, and it is actually pulling from the correct sources. So I know that it's doing its research in the right way. Now this is spat out a massive document. It's so comprehensive, it's actually mind-boggling. So it's giving you an overview, it's giving you brand consistency across platforms, social media profiles, it's pulling all of these bits and pieces together, website content and offer alignment. So take your time and have a read through this document. It might not be 100% accurate. It might have pulled something from a different source that you're not using anymore as just an inaccurate source, okay? So just give it the benefit of the doubt, read through it, and just highlight which is good to go, which is actually good to use, and actually which is a bit inaccurate. So authority on reputation signals here, you can scroll down, and then opportunities for strategic improvement. It's given me 10 actionable items there that I can go away and have a think. I might not agree on all of them, but it's given me 10 takeaway points here that I can try and improve my strategic digital footprint. So this is so much food for thought, and this is just taking 20 minutes or a couple of prompts and then leave it and then come back. But again, here in the sources, you make sure that all of these sources are correct, and then this is something that you could work with. The whole idea of this is, in your mind's eye, you've got a vision of how you want to show up online, but this is actually a digital responsive footprint, if you like, of how you are showing up online. So if this is not aligned with what you want to show up online for, then there's some work to be done. A lot of people, they talk themselves and they say, oh, I want to show up online like this, but actually it's showing up online and there's a bit of a delta there. So you might have to do some fine tuning just to dial in your message and how you want to show up online in terms of how you are actually showing up online. Now you can also do this exact same process for something like YouTube. So this is my channel. This is how I want to show up online, producing content on a weekly basis to show up in the search results when people are searching for a solution to a problem. So this is me using the same system here. So ChatGPT. So if you click on the little plus and select Deep Research, I've simply put, can you conduct a comprehensive audit of my YouTube channel? It's going to come back to me with some challenging questions. I've just given it a link to my channel, and I've just put no priorities, a full audit please. So conduct all of the above 1 to 6 points. And again, this has taken 19 minutes. So it is not instant. It's looking at all of the resources, it's pulling through all of these searches, but you can have a look just to see where this is coming from. So this is the step-by-step activity that Deep Research is actually doing on your behalf. And these are the 12 sources. So it's looking at all of my YouTube channels here and some of my blog posts that I'm pulling through. So this is the channel audit. And again, not 100% of this is going to be accurate, but it's going to pull through pretty much close to perfect results for your channel and your branding positioning. So recommendations here, content strategy and performance. Read through all of this. It's going to give you an idea of how the computer, how AI sees your channel, your brand, your messaging. It's giving me some options for SEO, recommendations. It's going through engagement metrics, recommendations. It's giving me recommendations after each piece, audience growth and retention, recommendations, what you could do. Not all of this you're going to agree with. Not all of this is going to be aligned with your direction. But actually there's some really big nuggets of gold that you can pull out of this. It's going to give you a full conclusion as well. In summary, Tim Peakman's channel is well positioned, but then it's going to give you something to work off. So all of these points here, this has given me 6 main areas that it's looked at, and it's given me recommendations for me to action on if I so choose. Now, the whole idea of conducting these brand footprint audits or your channel audits or any content audit that you're putting out there into the world is to identify if you are showing it up in the online space as you want to show up. So ultimately, if you're not showing up online the way you want to show up online, then you've got a little bit of work to do. You need to dial in your messaging. You need to maybe pivot what you're saying online so that your digital footprint is showing up how you want to be found. And this is the way to grow a following, grow an engaged audience of the people that you want to speak to, rather than growing an audience of people that actually you've grown an audience over here, but then when you try and sell something that you're really passionate about, it's not aligned with that audience. So growing that audience is more about dialing in your messaging, understanding how you show up online, and knowing when or how to change or pivot your messaging so you are more aligned with how and why you show up in the digital space. So this is all about discovery. This is all about how I show up and how I teach my students to show up online, creating evergreen content. But if you want me to pull back the curtain in my entire online business platform, I've got a free gift for you. All you need to do is head to timpeakman.com/workshop, where I talk through my entire business model. This is my one-person, six-figure online business model, and you can get started today. Simply head to timpeakman.com/workshop. It's an on-demand workshop. All you have to do is take notes. To get a pen and paper, take notes. It's going to be actionable content to start earning your first online revenue, or your first $1,000 of online revenue. So hopefully this video has provided you with some value and you have a deeper understanding on how to conduct a full channel audit or a brand audit or a digital footprint audit using ChatGPT Deep Research in a matter of 20 minutes. And understanding how you show up online, and if that's how you want to show up online, and what you can do about it. That link once more, timpeakman.com/workshop. Get access to that on-demand training today, and I look forward to seeing you on the very next video.